What side hustle should you choose? Now, this is a very difficult question. Everyone's going to be different. Everybody has different interests, different abilities, different passions, different hobbies. So, very difficult to answer if you're out there pondering what side hustle should I pick. Very difficult to answer that for you. Only you know the correct answer. It's like asking a 11th grader or a 12th grader, what are you going to do? What's your major going to be? Not everybody knows those things. You're going to have to figure out things as you go along. But what side hustle should you choose? Now, the great thing about side hustling is you can choose many. You can choose one and you can fail and then you can get on another one. The nice thing about it is if you're truly, truly side hustling, then that means you have stable employment, you have a job, and you are running things on the side. For myself, my side hustle for well over a decade now has been writing and publishing books. I like to write creature novels, think Jurassic Park. I call them prehistoric thrillers. So that's been my side hustle. I'm recently trying to get this YouTube stuff up. I've made it my goal this year that this is my goal to create more content, to just get out there and just create more content. These videos aren't perfect. I don't claim them to be perfect, but it's my goal to shoot more content. So here I am. But what side hustle should you choose? Again, no Google search is going to get you to that answer. I truly believe you need to find something that is a passion of yours because it's going to be that passion that pushes you through. You can't just follow what are the top. If you go on YouTube right now or Google, if you type in top 10 side hustles, you're going to get a myriad of results come up. Now, some of those may be taking surveys or driving for Uber or Lyft. I mean, who really has a passion for taking surveys? I mean, I certainly don't. Now, if you do, more power to you. But I think we really need to think deeper and almost more spiritual in our choosing of side hustles. This is the stuff that we choose to do when we're not working. So in that small free time, a lot of people don't have a lot of free time. I have kids myself. If you have kids, if you have a family, there's not a lot of free time. You better spend it doing something that you really enjoy. But nonetheless, the great thing about side hustling is that if you are truly side hustling, you have a job, and that means that you can experiment. If you try one side hustle and a year later it doesn't pan out, bam, you can move on to the next. We're living in a day and age where things are moving so fast. Things change every day. One day the housing recession is on, bam, the next day it's off. One day the stock market's up, bam, the next day we're going to head into a recession. Things happen quickly. You cannot necessarily have a plan. Now, I like to quote Mike Tyson when he says everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Now, a lot of things happen. You get punched in the face. We don't know what's going to happen in life. You just kind of have to bob and weave and adapt. And that's the thing about side hustling. Again, if you're working a full-time job, you can just adapt. If it doesn't work, bam, you can go on to something else. If that doesn't work, bam, you can go on to something else as well. You can just keep adapting until you find that side hustle that earns you some income. For myself, I've always been working on my books and my novels, so that's been my side hustle for a very long time now. And it is definitely a passion of mine. It is not easy. The money has been not easy to come by, but I've persisted all these years through, my favorite word, persistence. So that's always been my side hustle. But if you're out there and you're wondering what side hustle you should start or you should choose, I really think you need to first reflect, find out what you're good at. We all have hobbies and talents that may not be, how do I phrase this, that may not be on full display at our day jobs. So you may work with someone. I'll give you an example. The people that I work with do not know, most of them do not know that I write books. They would not associate that with me. And I'm sure if you take other coworkers of yourself, they're going to do things. They may be a great singer. They may be a poet. They may be a part-time actor. There are things that they do that we don't know, side hustles on the side. So everybody has talents. They may be a great artist. Who knows? Maybe if you're an artist, you just start sketching on YouTube and showing how you sketch. Maybe you narrow it down to just sketching trees or sketching roses or flowers. The one thing about things is that we want to be very specific when we do choose a side hustle. I mean, I've chosen to write what I call prehistoric thriller novels, which are books with teeth, claws, and people getting eaten. So these are monster and creature books. They're also science fiction and action adventure, but I felt that those categories had too much competition, so I wanted to narrow it down to just these monster and prehistoric type novels. So I encourage you to do the same thing too. If you're thinking about starting something, try and be laser focused and narrow it down specifically if you can. Some things may be broad, but nonetheless, choosing a side hustle is not easy. I would say the main thing to do is just get out there and do it. Push play, get some lighting, get a green screen, and just get out there and do what it is you want to do. If you fail, here's another important thing: do not quit your day job. Okay? Do not quit your day job, because it's that day job that's going to potentially give you some income to not only live, but some income to throw into your side hustle. And if that side hustle doesn't work, you're going to need some income to throw into the next side hustle. So absolutely don't quit your day job. That's the main thing about side hustling, is that, you know, we're hustling on the side. We got to hustle in the mornings, at lunch, and in the evening. It's not easy. It's very difficult. But if you fail, it's not as bad as quitting your job, mortgaging your house, giving up your savings, and then when you fail on that, then you're in some serious trouble. Seth Godin, the #1 marketer in the world, said, you want to fail, but not fail so big that you can never play again. Meaning, if we fail in our side hustles, but we've kept our job, no skin off our back, we can dust ourselves off, take a little bit of time, and bam, get on to our next side hustle. We've kept our job. That's why it's important that I do believe people keep their jobs until you have proven that your side hustle can take over and replace your income. But that's very, very difficult. I'm currently not at that. There's transparency on this channel. I am a side hustler. This is Side Hustle Magazine. This is my journey into trying to create this small publication, motivating people and just talking to entrepreneurs out there who are also responsible, taking care of their families, and working full-time day jobs. So brings me to the most important part of the video, your comments. Really love to hear them. What side hustle do you want to start out there? Or have you recently started a side hustle? Love to hear from you. Appreciate the support. See you in the next video. Take care.